So, today is slightly better than yesterday. Actually, it's kind of way better than yesterday. I didn't pull a muscle today. I'm just dealing with the after effects today. So to I guess cope with the ability to not be doing too much right now, I decided to go through my Magic the Gathering bulk, and oh my god, I found some cards I forgot I even had. For instance, I found a card that allows me to look at the top card of my deck at any point and cast it, called Bolus Citadel, and it's foil. It's foil. This card's like $14-15 Canadian right now. Score. Roll that intro. So, I got something I have to admit, because once in a while guilt I fall to it, and I'm kind of guilty of it. I'm addicted to window shopping, especially when it comes to trading cards. It comes with a blessing and a curse. One, I'm blessed with a lot of knowledge of very, very specific cards that do very, very specific things in multiple card games. On top of that, however, if I find cards I really want, I'm gonna fucking buy them. So, by the way, if you're wondering what this is, it's a tape. I'm gonna fucking make a sex tape. Just kidding. Uh, Straight up, there's this card called Garth One Eye. I figured, hey, one of my eyes works. Might as well get Garth One Eye because, hey, my one eye works. And I found out what Garth One Eye did, and I'm like, I need to grab this card. This card creates a copy of fucking Black Lotus. It doesn't mean you actually have a Black Lotus, but you create a metaphorical copy of Black Lotus. What? Seriously. What kind of hippity doo dah bullshit is that? So I had to buy it. It was only $3.50. As is the crux of uh watching YouTube videos about Magic the Gathering and finding out new ideas. So all in all, yes, the addiction is I get really into buying trading cards. Now, most times it ends up paying out because I get cards that get expensive and quote unquote get more expensiver or pricier. I want to say expensiver because it sounded more dumb and hilarious. And hey, why not have a little fun when you're talking about stuff like this? So, uh, I don't necessarily, however, blow to the point of where I have zero money because I'm 30 years old and I have to budget shit. So I have an emergency Magic the Gathering fund of a certain amount of money per month that falls under the same criteria as other games. So say in my budget, I have a certain amount of money set aside for games. And that money goes to either Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, or One Piece, or whatever game I'm trying to go for. Might be even a PS4 game for all I fucking know. But I spend a little bit on entertainment for me every month because I gotta. I gotta. And that's why I budget it for me. And this is a healthy lesson on budgeting. Because, yes, I am addicted to buying shiny cardboard. But I manage it. I fucking manage it. By setting a certain amount and splurging that much. Now, I'm not going to be spending much next month because I kind of rolled over this month into next month. So I'm not going to be spending next month because I spent this month. And what do you mean? What the fuck do you mean by that, Devin? Well, I'll tell you what it means. Let me sit down first. Actually, first, had to do one of those. You know we love those rips here. Those rips that... Those narnars. Those big chunky pufferinos. Yeah. Look how much smoke's in here. I've been smoking up this place for a minute. What do you mean I spent next month's budget this month? Well, I actually spent this month's budget on next month. So I prepaid for stuff. Because sometimes paying for stuff is how you participate for shit. Because turns out if you wait to buy stuff around the time stuff comes out, you won't actually participate in stuff sometimes. And I guess that contributes to FOMO. But uh, sometimes you need to treat yourself. Now, I didn't have FOMO when, say, I bought that Deadpool stuff because I had no idea it existed. It just existed when I had money and I was like, hey, you know what? Birthday present right there. So, um, but I digress. The budget isn't just cash. might I add. Because actually, the fun thing is the cash is also the cards. Because not only am I heavily into buying cards, I am heavily into selling cards like a businessman. I play the card games like a stock market, something that most people shouldn't necessarily do because most card games are insanely volatile and you can't necessarily predict stuff. But sometimes, I tell you, I take that gamble and it works a lot of the time. I find myself maybe ballpark maybe an extra 4 or 5 grand a year in card sales that I don't talk about. But it funds my habit. You see that number I just threw out there? That's a rough estimate. I'm not telling you if it's below that, a little bit below that, or a little bit above that. No. I gave you a rough estimate because, well, what I make is none of your concern. But what I am saying is, my habits do fund themselves quite frequently. And that is how I have next month's stuff already prepaid for. Now, next month, because I behaved, and I prepaid for next month, when my budget comes for next month, if I somehow come across a Sephiroth Fabled Soldier card, I could get it because I behaved and I prepaid for stuff. Now, another thing comes with it because I found myself with an extra $60 this month. Now, the extra $60 this month got me some great singles. Some great singles. Ah, yes. I collected some great cards this month by being a good boy. The moral of the story is when you behave, even though you know you have a habit of buying things impulsively, like trading cards in me in my circumstance, that I'm able to fund my habit with my habit that I do. It's so sweet. I will always find myself getting more cards by offloading more cards. It's how I've always grown a collection. Would you believe I've had to start my collection from scratch several times, and each time I get back, I got back with a new one, including this time. This time it's a lot bigger. I have, I'd say, the second biggest collection I've ever had, but I have the most expensive collection I've ever had now. And that's because of the magic of buying low and selling high. Marketing! You're damn right this is a long episode. Because why not? I feel like being a lot more free right now. Taking up a little more time. Nothing wrong with that. I haven't felt like streaming the last couple days. Well, not that I've necessarily felt like streaming. I've had Wi-Fi issues in this here garage where I like to stream. I mean, I would stream elsewhere, but I have everybody else around me. I don't. Yeah. There's the cough from the bong rip. That one had a time release. Hi, Key. I appreciate everybody that just pays attention to my channel and listens to my hyperfixations when I'm not doing the weird stuff. Or sometimes my hyperfixations are the weird stuff. And y'all are full frontal for some of my hyperfixations while I go through them. And sometimes I just want to rant about them. And having someone that I could just vent to, including my friends, including y'all, I really appreciate being able to vent about whatever I feel like. That is why I don't have like a channel specifically dedicated to this, a channel specifically dedicated to that yet. Because I just can't focus on one thing for a while. My glasses are dirty right now. My bedtime is soon. And see how fast this is coming in again. It always seems rather quick how fast this facial hair of mine comes back in. I shaved less than a week ago. Well, by the end of this week, it'll be a lot more fuller. It really will be. So, I'm gonna see if I can keep this one going now. I'm gonna still style it. What is this? What are we looking for? What are we looking at? What is beside my face? I can't believe I fucked it up. I fucked up the segment. Oh no. Or did I? I'm keeping it as it is because sometimes you just gotta. It's funny. The little hiccups. One video in literally hundreds. But what is beside my face? What are we looking at? It could be many things. It could be many things. Very many things. I tell you though, if you comment something and I really like it, I will pin it as this video's pinned comment. What is this? Where are we looking at? Welcome to today's word of the day, where today's word of the day is fairness. Fairness exists when you play a game to not necessarily overpower someone, but to be fair with it. Like, say, not necessarily throwing your entire wallet into your deck, but making your deck so that it doesn't, like, make people hate playing against it. Now, I don't necessarily do this with Yu-Gi-Oh, but Magic Commander, yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm competitive, I'm sorry. Yu-Gi-Oh is different. Well, welcome to today's meme segment, where I go over memes I picked today. And today we're going to do Commander memes for Magic the Gathering. I think this is the second time I've done it that I picked it. For once this one. But look. It really do be like that. You think that you're not a political person until you play a game of Commander, and then you're like negotiating things with people, trying to Faustian bargain and shit over your metaphorical life. Look at this. I would definitely spend $30 to buy the single I want, then $300 on sealed products. Now, um, I'm gonna be really biting my tongue when I buy that Sephiroth next month, but yeah. Oh look, when my 6-year-old cousin's precon beats my $1,000 foil EDH deck. Now, my deck isn't necessarily built to win. My deck's just meant to be flashy. It's all flavorful. Yeah, taking my pills while I do this one. Oh look, what I was just saying. We all know our decks are terrible in EDH. We're not trying to like just stomp someone. Now, some of us, if we're playing dragons, yeah. If you're playing dragons, like the Ur Dragon, you're just playing just to play solitaire. I'm sorry. Um, I love you, Dylan. Look, uh, this is me. This is literally me. In a few games I just played, I'm like, oh, finally, I got Wooburg mana. I can finally play, and now I'm a threat. Then they steal my SpongeBob. Then they steal my SpongeBob. Uh, the no, this is that bargaining. Usually, I'm on the end of the other end where I'm like, yo, I'm not much of a threat. It might be nice to take the other person out, and maybe give me second. Give me second, please. Like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to drink your water.